All right, so many errors that you're making, or you might be making with your lifting gear. Now, maybe you're not making these errors, maybe you're just watching for a friend, but suffice to say, if you see one of these errors in this video, then we've seen it multiple times here in the gym. So maybe it's an error that you've made, maybe it's a new one to you, maybe it's one that you can't even imagine making, you think it's just that silly, but remember, we've seen it before several times, so in that case, be kind to those people who have made those errors when you're talking in the comments. We're going to bounce around a little bit between different types of equipment. So just because we've talked about one error with, let's say, straps, doesn't mean we're not going to come back later and talk about a different kind of error. This is going to be at least a 2-part, probably a 3-part series. Today we're talking about errors 1 through 7. Error number 1, we'll try to keep these pretty quick. We're talking about straps. When you're wearing straps, let me get these out of the way. The key part is here, you do not wear straps, lifting straps, on the wrist. You wear them on the hand. So they're not designed to be worn up here. Not designed worn up high up on the arm there. They're designed to be worn down on the hand. And that's true whether you're using this type of strap, which we made from climbing webbing, and a lot of our members use this type. We'll link to a video on how to make them. Or whether you're using kind of the cinch up style like this. Either way, the case is the same no matter what. You're gonna wear it down on the hand. Don't let it bind up high on the wrist. That's not a good position to be in. You wanna be wearing it down on the hand. Straps should be worn on the hand. Number 2, your lifting belt. You're wearing it too loose. Lifting belts should be snug. They should be tight. And in fact, if you're new to wearing a lifting belt, it should probably be uncomfortably tight. All right, if you're comfortable when you're new to wearing a belt, if you're comfortable wearing that belt around during your rest periods, it's probably too loose. Get that thing tight so that you've got something to get tight to brace against when you're training. Number 3, straps again. Don't use cloth straps like these. If you're gonna use the cinch style of strap or any strap at all, make sure that it's not made from cloth. This type of nylon material, Iron Mind makes a real nice pair of straps. These are just fine. Or we make ours from climbing webbing that works real well, but cloth straps, they won't tear for a while, but they will eventually tear, and they will tear at a real inopportune moment. So don't use cloth straps. Number 4, you're wearing your wrist wraps too low on the arm, all right? What do I mean by that? So you put your wrist wrap on, and if you're putting it on down here, you'll notice it's real easy right now for me to move my hand back and forth. So I have defeated the entire purpose of actually using a wrist wrap, which is to immobilize, to kind of help brace the wrist, to kind of make it so that it's in a nice, stiff, almost casted position. So remember, it's a wrist wrap, not an arm wrap. That means it's got to be on the hand and the arm, and when in doubt, wrap it higher up on the hand. If it's not immobilizing the wrist, it's not doing its job. So make sure that you're wrapping it high enough that it makes it difficult now to bend the hand backwards. Right now I've got some resistance here, so now the wrist wrap is actually doing its job. When in doubt, wrap it higher. Number 5, loading the plates facing the wrong direction. With metal plates, you want the numbers facing inward. You want them facing the inside part of the bar. The reason for this is there's a lip on this side of the bar. So if you've got kind of the ideal setup like this, where you've got an A-frame weight plate tree over here, you come over here, the numbers are facing outward. I can grab the lip, take it off, swing it up. This doesn't have to be a 45, it could be a 25-10, doesn't matter, and easily slide it on. Notice my fingers can grab this side of the lip really easily so that I can slide the plate on without losing the plate, without getting the world's most common weight room injury, which is dropping a plate onto a toe and getting a broken toe. There's only a couple reasons why someone's ever gonna face the plates with the numbers actually facing. See, this is annoying. With them facing outward. At meets, they are often required to be facing with the outer plate with the numbers facing outward. This rule was probably invented by a meet sponsor, a manufacturer of plates, a long time ago who wanted to make sure that their name was showing the entire time. Another reason is that someone just doesn't know any better. They don't know how easy it is to grab the plate with the lip facing this direction. So again, it's not the numbers that matter. The numbers just happen to be on the same side as the lip. Another reason is if you're a fitness influencer, all right, and you just think it just looks better on Instagram or on YouTube or whatever to have the numbers facing outward. That's another reason, I guess. And then the last reason is you might be financially incentivized. So if you are sponsored by Rogue, or if you are sponsored by somebody else to make sure that the name is always facing outward, by all means, face the number outward. But in lieu of that, face the numbers in. You'll like it a lot better. All right, and lastly, errors number 6 and 7 both have to do with straps. Yeah, I realize there's a lot of errors to do with straps on this video. That won't be quite so much the case in the next couple of videos. But when you're using this cinch style of straps, like this pair by Iron Mind here, when you set them up, when you feed the tail through the loop over here, they're going to be set up so that they fit a specific hand, either your left or your right, not both. So for instance, when I put this one on my hand, what you'll notice is that when I wrap it around in the way that it's going to be used, right now the tail is pointing in the direction of my pinky. That's no good. It's got to be pointing towards the thumb. So this one has been set up. I could take it apart, but really this one has been set up so that it's going to be used on my right hand instead. So now you can see when I wrap it around towards the front, so I've got the loop right there. Now it's pointing in the same direction as my thumb. And this is because, so that was error number 6, putting it on the wrong hand or setting it up the wrong way. That is because error number 7, you want to make sure that you're not making this error. So let's put it back on this hand again. So if I wrap it up this way, you'll notice when I wrap it around the bar, it's going to start wrapping the wrong way. It's going to wrap towards the outside part of the bar because it's pointing towards my pinky. And where's my pinky? My pinky is towards the outside part of the bar. You've got to wrap the strap towards the middle of the bar. So when I get it back on the correct hand here, now it's going to be much easier to do this. So you don't want to wrap the strap outward. You want to wrap the strap inward towards the middle of the bar. So I take my grip, I wrap the strap around, and now I'm good to go. That tail of the strap should be pointing inward, not outward. Hope this helps you get stronger, live better, and we'll see you in the next one.